the dynamic duo of Jimmy and Bam. The dynamic duo of Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo were in full effect. Jimmy Butler shows up and scores 41 points on the Celtics that have an amazing defense and gave problems to people like KD and Giannis. I'm sure you heard of them.
Mainly KD.
Yeah. The Celtics were missing Al Horford and Marcus Smart, like we kind of mentioning in the quick hits. Check out the quick hits if you are listening to our segment here. Jimmy also contributed 4 steals for the game, with 2 in the big third quarter that the Miami Heat outscored him. I think it was like 39 to like 15 or 13.
It was pretty bad, bro.
Bam Adebayo was great too, though, showing out on the defensive end with 4 tough blocks and switching everywhere, making his presence known that he was there to battle. Bam also had an efficient night, going for 10 points on 4 shots. It's not a big deal. With both of these guys showing what
That
they
nigga was
are
not
made
scoring, bro. He
of.
said he took 4 shots.
No, I said he should have had 6 blocks.
Oh my goodness. So my question to you guys, with both of these guys showing who are they about, Gifton kind of picked in the last podcast that Bam Adebayo was the main part of this defensive side of the ball. He is the most important player, at least on one side of the ball, and I think we can both agree with that, Steven. But who is more important to the Miami Heat, Jimmy Butler or Bam Adebayo? I'm going to have to say Jimmy. Now, when you look at these two players, they are just definitely what the Miami Heat want out of a culture. They contribute into the right way. They hold the pillars. They are the main influencers for the rest of the team. And when you speak about these two players and why is one more important than the other, I think they definitely have their roles. But Bam is bringing up the ball. He is everywhere on the defensive side, switching, interior, perimeter, best player, point guard. Anything that you want from this guy, he can do on the defensive side. And then you have Jimmy on the other side. On the other hand, he's basically can do the same thing, but he's not that much of an interior chase down blocker the same way that Bam can come from out of nowhere and make that type of difference. When I speak about why Jimmy is more important, though, is because straight up, Jimmy can create his own shot. Jimmy can go and get a bucket when we need it the most. Jimmy can also get those 4 steals, making those turnovers and turn them into transition points. Jimmy also is a very good playmaker. When he's getting doubled, he can do something with the ball. Bam is definitely a good playmaker as well, but not to the extent of a Jimmy Butler, not whatsoever. When you speak about even who makes the same type of influence on this team, I think Jimmy is the first one to bag on somebody, to joke around with somebody in a very, very negative manner that can rub everybody who sees it from the outside looking in the wrong way. And then all inside, it's like it's like all a big brother to little brother type of love. We spoke about how, Draymond was in Golden State and they all grew up together. These guys were all kind of put together, and it feels like they are definitely growing up together, influencing Tyler Hero's personality and his type of way of going and what they need. And he's also the same type of, we were talking about Draymond just now. He's enforcing what they need from different type of players. And he knows his role at certain nights. Some nights he's a secondary type of scorer. And sometimes nights, like the other night when he's dropped 41, he can take on that primary role and really do it out there like that. Now, Bam is more of a type that kind of picks and chooses his spots, won't take something and force something, and that's what's really great about Bam. But I would have to say who's more important just by a minuscule amount, and that's because he can go get his own bucket. It would have to be Jimmy Butler.
Jimmy, because, well, like you said, like, as far as the aspect goes, one guy who can get a basket and, like, it doesn't matter what's going on. Jimmy's definitely shown that he's the dude for them. He's not Giannis.
Mm-hmm.
He's not the biggest player. Yes, he was making jumpers, but at the end of the day, people still criticize Jimmy Butler for his jumper too.
Gifting.
And no, he didn't take a bunch of threes either. But like I said, he got a bunch of free throws. He was making contested shots still. And he was tricking. He was getting, like, honestly, there were plays where he was just outsmarting his defender and just being more crafty. Like, Realistically, the way he was scoring, he just showed. Well, I mean, it was a veteran. He looked like a veteran scoring realistically, and the Celtics, they didn't really have an answer, bro. Like, it didn't matter who was throwing on him. Jason Tatum was getting scored on, and like he's still in his face, but it's like, yeah, Jason, you don't have this. You don't have anything either.
At the point where he was like, "Fuck, I need some spark off the bench."
He was like
Aaron Nesmith in there.
Yeah. Okay. Who's more of a hustler?
Jimmy still might be the hustler too, bro. Because I mean, I'm not saying Bam doesn't hustle.
Yeah,
like,
no,
they both do, but like, yeah, Jimmy. I'm not saying Bam don't be getting up in people, but Jimmy is in your jersey, bro.
Because Jimmy's doing it. Jimmy's doing it on offense and defense. Bam is more so just like more aggressive and hustling more on defense.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
Even on the offensive glass,
Jimmy plays physical. Nice. Jimmy plays physical.
Yeah,
we had a lot of second chance points because Bam's tipping it out, and luckily the other team was able to touch it last.
Bam's the most important piece defense wise, but after what I seen Jimmy do in the third quarter, when I think he got 3 steals back to back, and they were all fast break points.
Yeah.
Hey, fuck shooting a 3, bro. When you got that,
yeah.
I mean, you can't replace that. You can't teach that. That's something that's just been engraved in Jimmy Butler since college, since back in Marquette. Even being on the Bulls early days, Philadelphia a little bit, not really Minnesota, but more so like being on the Bulls in Philadelphia. Jimmy is a grinder. Jimmy is a worker. Jimmy doesn't take shit from nobody. It's either we're all playing on this level or I'm gonna, get at you to bring you up to this level. And like you said, it's like it's mainly like a big brother, little brother type shit with the whole team. Jimmy's top dog, everybody else follows. And it's cool because it's working. Nobody's really bitching about it. Nobody's sensitive. Jimmy he's very respectful about the team. He always says, I really appreciate and I'm very fortunate to be playing with a group of guys like this because I never really came across a group of guys like this before.
Not in Minnesota.
Yeah, definitely not in Minnesota.
Going into Miami, people were also saying, oh, yeah, if Jimmy can't, like, figure it out here. If it doesn't work out here, we know Jimmy was the locker room problem.
Yeah. And I know why I was making sure I was saying like who's more important to the team. Jimmy's a lot of things for the team, but I think that losing Bam for a lot of different reasons, especially on the cornerstone of the defensive side, right? So I think Jimmy Butler is more important because he takes us over the edge. But if we lose Bam, and that's a huge cornerstone in our defensive side. The same way we lost Bam in the finals. That when we lost Bam in the finals, that we lost a lot. But if we lost Jimmy, I feel like that we could have had other people perform in a separate type of way because it would have been a little bit more team basketball and would have had some more defense because he's a cornerstone. He's the main part of that defense that makes us kind of, okay, we can let this guy blow past us, or I know I have Bam behind us, so I'm okay with playing this aggressive on this man's all the way above the 3-point line. I think I can replace the production
that year in 6 with Bam playing all those games, so I'm going with Jimmy as well, bro.
And then you get I don't want to change it to
you
that.
Guys wouldn't have won any games if Jimmy missed the finals that year.
I'm not talking about... Okay, yeah. I get you on that part,
That's what I'm saying. If Jimmy missed a game that finals, you win no games.
I think we win the same amount of games.
Nah.
But you guys were lucky to win, too.
Not lucky.
No, because Danny Green missed the 3. So
Thank you.
Danny Green.
That's why.
Come on now.
It'd have been over sooner if Danny didn't miss it.
And Jimmy will take a larger role, like still too, if Bam's not there.
Right.
But again,
Jimmy might fuck around and go for 50 that night just because Bam's not playing.
I get you on that point.
I mean, I think he still had 40 in the finals in one of those games Bam was playing too, bro. Exactly. So like I'm saying.